they've been amazing. They were very cordial, responsive, reinforcing, supportive. It's been a pleasure. Well, I don't know about the sex appeal, but they wanted somebody that would have the same appeal for the fans and for that generation of fans that Davy Jones had. That's quite true. Well, it's been a very positive adventure overall. I mean, I feel very blessed that I've had that experience, and that it really not only launched my career. I had been working with some regularity in the early '60s, and then it was starting to dissipate. And then when Star Trek came along, it really rejuvenated my acting career, and has been a source of emotional, financial sustenance ever since. So it's a very good thing that it happened in my life. I feel very good about. If I had to be identified with one character in one show, as much as I have, I'm very pleased that it was Star Trek. Well, I don't think it is recognizable, but certainly there's been a lot of appreciation. Fans come up to me at every convention and thank me for my participation in Babylon 5. And in fact, we're talking, in terms of aesthetics and creativity, it was a more fulfilling experience because the character was more central to the story and more dimensional, and gave me an opportunity to kind of flex my acting muscles a little bit more. The reason why I did it was because I never felt that we had truly explored the character, the emotional life of Chekhov. He was primarily an expositional character. He was there to say what was going on in the plot, not to express personal feelings about what was going on. So Kipton, there's a creature out there, and it's coming towards us. And what do you think? It was sort of what it was. And then he'd go, and then he would do a whole thing. So playing Chekhov the way I did in that episode, that webisode, gave me an opportunity to examine Chekhov in a more dimensional way. He was going to die. How does he feel about this? How does he come to terms with that? So I enjoy doing it for that reason. Well, Leonard was was somebody to look up to. He was a very good human being. Everybody has their moments, but he was socially and politically aware. He was a dedicated artist. He was very professional about his work. One could, if for nothing else, one could respect him for that. I mean, on the set, he was Mr. Spock. Whether we were shooting or not, on the soundstage, he took that role very seriously. And it showed in his work. Nobody, in my opinion, could have played Spock the way he did. You can act the part, but you can't be the character. And Leonard was as close to being the character as anyone possibly could have been. I've always said that with the 150,000 actors in Hollywood, there are any number of people who could have played our roles satisfactorily. But I don't believe anybody could have played Spock as well as Leonard did. And he was a good person. He was not gregarious, but he was solid. And if you needed a friend, he would be there. And I don't feel sad because he lived a very full life, and he admitted as much. He said, "I've had a great ride." That was a comment of his. 83 years old, that's a pretty good number of years to have been here and have done so well and to have had such a great effect on people. We're all going to go. He left us after having made an impact and leaving his prints on this society. And I think I celebrate his life. I don't mourn his passing, I celebrate his life.
September 1966. One opening monologue.
Space. The final frontier.
One unforgettable theme tune. September 2016. Trekzone.org will celebrate 50 years since the premiere in a big way.